What's going on, guys? It's Matt, aka Just a Guy, back again, back by popular demand. I actually had a request to go over a few more Grand Theft Auto 6 screenshots and give my opinions and theories, so that's what I'm going to do. And today we're going to start out with this picture of Jason sitting at the bar. A couple of things that I noticed about this is definitely his facial hair looks a little different than it does in some of the other screenshots and the trailer. And I'm thinking that Rockstar will implement the same hair growth, facial hair, stuff that they did in Red Dead Redemption 2, where after a while you're probably going to have to go to the barber, get your hair cut, get your beard shaved, or let it grow out if you want to look like a crazy mountain man. The watch looks as though it will display accurately the time, if that is in real time. So that'd be kind of cool if you need to check the time, pull out your phone, look at your watch, stuff like that. The money clip on the table. We saw in Red Dead Redemption 2 where when you could interact with something, it would kind of like give that little glow. I wonder if things will be more interactive along the lines of Red Dead Redemption, where you could pick up individual items. Could you walk to the bar and grab somebody's money clip off the bar while they're sitting there and just take their money? That would be interesting to see. The little details like the smoke coming out of the ashtray, like that doesn't need to be there, but it is. And it's just one of those like small details that Rockstar likes to put in there that most people maybe won't see, won't care, really affects nothing about the gameplay or anything that's going on, but it's just, that's how it would be. If your cigarette was in the ashtray, you'd have that little bit of smoke coming off of it, and it's that attention to detail that makes them so good at what they do. And then the last thing I want to point out in this picture is the jukebox on the wall in the background. Could we go into the bar and go up to the jukebox and interact with it and put on whatever kind of music we want? That would be cool. Again, it's something that doesn't really affect gameplay, but it's just real and real life. And with these two fine gentlemen in the background, could bar fights be sort of a mini game that they put in? That would be interesting to see, and it would be kind of funny if, you know, you could go bowling, fishing, and have a tussle at a bar. Then we have this shot of Lucia and Jason in the pool. Jason's in the background. The detail in the reflections on the glasses is insane. They look like they are accurately rendering what is literally in front of her in that moment. And again, in a shot like this, yeah, you'll notice it, but Rockstar tends to put that stuff in even where you're not going to be able to notice it. So I would assume this is maybe a cutscene, because the detail on everything is over the top. You've got like the little goosebumps on the skin. The amount of detail in this drink is insane. There's no reason for it to need to be that detailed. Just the strawberry itself and the reflections on the red reflection onto the deck of the pool is insanely accurate and real and blows my mind. The detailed on the towel, the fibers on the towel being like individually rendered, and just, that's insane. It's absolutely insane for what is probably a static prop that doesn't move. But then again, Rockstar probably gives you the ability to pick up the towel and put it on when you get out of the pool. The earbuds are another thing that we've seen in a few screenshots. Excuse me. Where I'm assuming, and a lot of rumors are, that you'll be able to wear earpods any point in the game and be able to listen to music while you're out doing stuff. So not just in vehicles, you'll maybe be able to keep listening to like your favorite I don't know, like satellite radio station or a podcast while you're out and about on foot as well. And I think that would be pretty cool. The thing I do notice here, and it's a small detail and probably doesn't matter, but on these buildings in the background, you don't really see any people out and about. And there's a lot of screenshots and a lot of shots from the trailers where you see people on balconies of these high rises. And I'm wondering if that was just for trailer purposes or screenshot purposes, or if that will really happen. Because it seems like when it's not the focus, there aren't people out there. And it's trivial and it's not a big deal. But is that just one of those things they put out for a trailer, or will it happen during the game? Again, doesn't matter unless you're planning on, sniping people off balconies or something like that. If you're one of those people that likes causing nothing but chaos in these games. Now, the next photo is a shot of Lucia at the club. And the thing about this, other than the beautifully rendered hair and the lighting and all that kind of stuff, we've already discussed that, is the boxing glove necklace that she wears that you see in every screenshot of her, and the bracelet that she's wearing. So I'm curious if, other than clothes, will jewelry be customizable? And since this boxing glove one is very specific, obviously I think there's something that said her father was a fighter and taught her how to fight. It shows up in every screenshot except this one, where she's got the gun and it looks like she's waiting on someone who's coming to attack her, or I don't know the situation, obviously, but she's not wearing it in this screenshot. And this could be something older where they didn't put it on the character model, or maybe it's a plot point. It's something with the story. Maybe it gets stolen. Maybe there's something going on with it. I don't know. But she's seen with it in every screenshot except this one. So maybe it's just customizable. Maybe in this, where they captured this from, she's just not wearing it, or whoever's playing didn't want her to have jewelry on. I'm just curious if it's going to be something that we can change, because Jason, in his screenshots, he's got a chain around his neck, and it appears to be the same chain in all of them. So is that just part of the character model, or something that we can customize along with clothing and facial hair and hairstyles and stuff like that? There has also been a lot of speculation about Liberty City making appearance in the game. Will we go to Liberty City? Will that be like a surprise from Rockstar? Like, hey, there's a mission that takes us to Liberty City, or does the game start in Liberty City and then heads to Vice City? There's references everywhere to Liberty City. In this screenshot, you see the Liberty City cycles. I don't think we're going to Liberty City. I think there are references, because Rockstar always makes references to other cities. They always talk about, in 5, they mentioned Liberty City. They will sometimes mention characters from previous games. It doesn't mean we're going there or going to see those people. I think this is just in this instance, the Liberty City cycles. It's just, like an Orange County chopper type of thing. They make some bikes in Liberty City. These guys wear, the clothing. I don't think it's anything more than that. I could be wrong, and if we do go there and they bring us a portion of Liberty City remastered and, looking like it does, like Vice City looks like in this game, that'd be great. I'll never say no to that, or I wouldn't want that. I think at one point, when this was rumored to be Project Americas, where they were going to have multiple cities, I think maybe that would have been a plan, and I think that was even too much for Rockstar to pull off, and I don't think the technology's there. I don't think we have the means to do that yet. Not to say that we won't ever see that, but I don't think that's where we are yet. And then in this photo, again, Lucia with the boxing glove, necklace on, the plates, Gloriana, Georgia plates. Is it possible that the top of the map there's a state border to go to what would be Rockstar's version of Georgia. I don't know, because the maps are always islands, so I don't think you would have a border to cross and then the state of Gloriana being like a sliver of the map and then surrounded by ocean. I think this is just one of those small details where if you go out, you can go out in your car now and drive to the store and you're going to see license plates from different states. I think it's just another one of those small attention to detail things where not every car is going to have the license plate of the state you're in, because that's just not how it works. That's not real life. And most people wouldn't give a shit and wouldn't care. But that's the kind of detail Rockstar puts into their games. Like, if you go driving, you're going to see people from other states driving around with you, so why not put it in the game as well? The next one is of Lucia in prison, and this is not how she looks in the trailer when Jason comes to get her. Completely different hairstyle. I don't think this is how her hair looked in the first trailer, so if the hair's different and possibly customizable, will we start the game in prison and maybe that's a tutorial and to figure out the controls? Like, that's your, like, here's your introduction to the game, where maybe there's gameplay inside the prison as Lucia. Or if you get arrested and you get, quote, busted in the game, will they send you to prison and then did you have to play a portion of the game in prison? Instead of just, oh, you're busted and then you're free to go and you spawn at the police station like past games, will they send you to prison? Or is this part of the story where Lucia will get sent back to prison because she needs to get information from someone or help bust somebody out? I'm curious, because this is not how she looks when Jason comes to get her. So that just had my mind wandering, and that would be a different change of pace for Rockstar. They don't usually do that. Usually you get busted, you go to the police station, you spawn, you pay your fine, you go on your way to cause more havoc. So this is interesting to me. It'd be cool if there was some gameplay inside the prison. And here you have the most upstanding citizens of Vice City and the surrounding areas. What I love about this one is it's a small detail and it's stupid, but the guy with the sunglasses on, you can tell he wears a hat because he's got the tan line. His forehead is pasty white while the rest of him is sunburnt. Is that going to be a feature in the game? If I'm running around with Jason or Lucia and they're wearing a hat, when I take the hat off them, will they have tan lines? I know that has zero to do with gameplay, zero to do with anything, but it's that small Rockstar detail that just, oh my god, my guy was out in the sun, he was laying on the beach, now he's sunburned. That would be hilarious. And these guys, they bagged themselves a gator, they bagged themselves what looks like a bobcat. The guns, they look like they have customized camo print on them, so gun paint and skins is an option, I would assume, in this game. And in the bottom right corner here, what's wrapped up in saran wrap? Do they have just blocks of cocaine or drugs or illegal paraphernalia just wrapped up here on the front of their airboat? I'm looking very forward to running into these types of people in game. And the last photo we're going to look at today is this one. Not because of the soapy boobies, and God bless America, I'd salute them every day. One, we're inside this shot, so if this is taken just for the screenshot, okay. Could this possibly be Jason with his hair grown out, hair and beard grown out? I don't know. The sunspots all over the arms make it seem like he's older with more tattoos, but just curious. The reason I wanted to point this one out is the detail on the interior of the cars. They can't use real car brands, But the second I saw this photo, I was like, that's a Mustang. 100% 2020, 2021 style Mustang interior. And I know this because I had one. And this is about as spot on as you can get. Because if you look at this shot here, that's the same damn interior. The vents and the gauges on the dash, the same beveled gauges for the speedometer. The steering wheel is exactly the same. The dashboard is cut and designed exactly the same. Hell, even the infotainment system is pretty much spot on. The touch screen and all the buttons and switches and everything, it's pretty much spot on. The steering wheel, everything. So you can't use the real name brands, but they still went out of their way to make the interiors of the cars look like the cars that they can't technically use, but design and make them look the exact same way without the name brand. It probably doesn't mean a lot, especially if people aren't going to be playing in first person mode, because you're not going to see the inside of the vehicle. But it's just that attention to detail, man. It's unbelievable, and I can't wait. I absolutely cannot wait for this game. And I'm an older fella. I'm in my 40s, and time seems to be moving quicker, unfortunately. But it's not moving quick enough to get Grand Theft Auto 6 in my hands. So, these are just a couple more things. It's not anything too crazy, like, hey, you haven't seen this, but just appreciating the minor details that Rockstar puts into their games. And God bless them for it. It makes everything that much better. So if you enjoyed this, and if there's anything else you want me to talk about, to point out, to give my opinion on, I'm just a guy. Haha, I get it. But it's nice to know that people are interested in hearing what I have to say. So like, subscribe, and thank you again so much for spending time with me. I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.